when I was straight out of college, I did substitute teaching. Now, I learned very quickly that I can handle teenagers. The little ones, I can't do the little ones. I can't do the little ones. I forgot that kids have no interpersonal, like, negotiating skills. It's everything that happens is tell the teacher, and I had forgotten about that, so all it is tattletaling all day long. Miss Heather, Miss Heather, Miss Heather. Are you on fire? No? You're fine. Sit down. So this one time stands out in particular because I was subbing for a first grade classroom, and it was a super small school. So imagine, I don't know, it felt like there were 50 kids in that classroom. It was probably really only 15. And so you have my classroom, 15 kids, and then you have a second first grade classroom with probably about the same amount of kids. So in the other first grade classroom, there was a little girl that had a birthday. Okay, so the mother had bought a giant sheet cake, okay? And you know how excited kids get when it's a classmate's birthday. And the kid, of course, was super excited, as one is when you have a birthday that everyone can celebrate at school. I wouldn't know, because I had a July birthday. So at some point during the day, my job was to trade classrooms at one point with that first grade classroom, and I taught, I don't remember what I taught, let's say it was science. And then that other first grade teacher comes into my room and teaches math. So that trade-off had happened. This is a part of the backstory, okay? So later on in the day, that first grade teacher was like, oh my gosh, we have so much cake left over. Use it as bait, you know, for your kids, so that if they're good all day, they can have cake. So I did. I used that as bait all day long. But if you're quiet, if you're good, you get the cake at the end of the day. Okay, fine. So the end of the day comes, and I pass out all the plates that I had been giving earlier, so that everyone has their plate, everyone has their little forks, everyone has their little party hats on. And I go over to the other classroom to go get the cake. So I get over there, and the teacher's like, ooh, about that. Yeah, the mom came and got it. I totally forgot. I'm so sorry. There's no more cake. It was my job. And I don't know why I listened to her. I don't know why I did this. But sometimes you just follow rote directions just because. She was like, here's what you do. You go back over to your kids and you tell them that they had misbehaved, so-and-so and so-and-so talked out of turn when I taught that section, and that's why they're not going to get any cake. Do you know how long I paused at that little skinny window into my classroom seeing all those kids waiting for cake before I walked in there to break that news? I will cry if I have been promised cake all day and then I don't get it. So I go in and I said, I'm so sorry, you guys. Earlier, Mrs. So-and-so said you weren't good, basically, which is a lie. They're first graders, anyhow. And I said that there's no cake. And it was the very end of the day, and the bell rang after like 2 minutes after. Immediate, simultaneous wailing, crying, hysterics. So, getting their things together where they have to grab their backpack and their homework and whatever, and then you hold hands and everyone goes to the front of the school where the lineup is for the cars to be picked up. Every single one of my kids was still hysterically crying as I'm walking them all out. And all the parents are looking at me like, what did you do to our children? No cake. Moral of the story, don't substitute teach.